Jesus explains wake-up calls, readiness, delays, mockers, and sifting of the harvest. August 16th, 2017. Words from Jesus to Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. Clare began, Lord, please be the master of our times and our hearts, and turn us to deep intercession when you call us. Amen. I was so looking forward to a peaceful and loving day of prayer with the Lord. When Ezekiel woke me up with a word he got from the Lord about the rapture and events around it that seemed to be quite contrary to what he has given me thus far, it troubled me deeply, and I was asking the Lord, did I miss you? Jesus began, I didn't mean for this to disturb you as it has. It is a suffering, Clare, a deep moral suffering. There is still time left, but the urgency all of you are feeling is to bring you to a state of readiness, because I do intend to surprise you all. What did I say? Here he's recalling his words to me about the delay. Would I lie to you? No, you know I would not lie to you, ever. Did you hear me correctly? Yes, you did hear me correctly. But as long as people are fooling around and paying no heed to the times you are living in, I must send out urgent wake-up calls. There will be no excuse on that day. But Lord, you've been doing this for years now, and each year it doesn't happen. The mockers increase. That too is by my design. Many say they are for me, but when I test and try them with delays, they turn away from me shamefaced. They were basing their spirituality on fear of suffering in the tribulation. But those who are true to me don't care if they are mocked. They continue to believe year after year. Do you see the difference? Yes. There must be many testings and trials, incongruities, contradictions, and delays to sift those who truly belong to me from those who still belong to the world. They are the ones that become the mockers, because I did not show up in their time frames. They are like the seed that fell on shallow soil. They spring up in joy, but when nothing happened, they withered. Yet in each harvest there are those with good soil, who do take it to heart and have no fear of suffering for the sake of the truth. So Lord, what does all of this mean? Ezekiel feels that he has perceived a series of events that do not coincide with what you've told me. And besides, all that Carol and I are getting are more and more urgent readings about war and the rapture. I have told you before, my love, these are birth pains, but you must hold ground and seriously pray to forestall the events on the horizon. I did not lie when I said I would give conditionally 3 years, but when life goes on without serious consideration of what is looming, I must remind you, have you been praying passionately to forestall these events? No, Lord, not always passionately. Certainly, I did today. That is exactly what I'm looking for, much more serious intercession from you and from all. There are certain pressure points that come up where things could take a turn for the worse. It is the sincere and passionate prayer that turns them away, And now is the season for you to care passionately about the world, so that these events will be forestalled as I want them to be. Passionate prayer turns the tides. I'm calling you all to passionate prayer. Things continue to deteriorate and the enemy continues to erode the sanity of every nation. But passionate prayer will turn the tides. We went through this last year and the year before. So it is necessary at times for me to remind even my very aware servants and prophets that the situation is still critical, and by doing so, they warn others, and deeper prayer and repentance is the result. That is what I'm looking for, going deeper in repentance and reformed lives. That does not mean abandon the work of your hands, but at certain times you will be prompted to put everything away and spend the day in intercession. You are not to feel guilty or bemoan that time away from other works, but rather take it as a break to draw closer to me and the world situation through prayer. Truly, you are slaying giants as you work in your missions. But I want to confirm this to you. There is no greater work than prayer. During that cycle, you may not get done what was on your heart to do. Let's say a song to bring souls closer to me. But as you are praying, I raise up another musician to play and sing that song. Or perhaps you are teaching and writing. When you go into deep intercession, I raise up other writers and teachers to bring forth that same message. The economy of heaven is rarely understood on earth. It is not who does the doing, it is always my Spirit that is doing the doing. What changes is the vessel He pours through, and all will reap the benefits from that work. The writer that was called aside to be an intercessor, the writer who was called up to be writing. Only the fruit matters in heaven. There is no squabbling for position or getting the credit. All are satisfied that it was done, and good fruit issues forth. Nothing other than that matters to them. I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. Therefore, neither he who plants is anything, nor he that waters, but God who gives the increase. He who plants, he that waters are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. This also is the way I want you to see what you do every day. Whether it is suffering, pain, praying, fasting, or doing the work, the only thing that should matter to you is that you obeyed me, and then good will come from it. Nothing else should concern you, my loves.